coming into an underhook right here is VomBaur here. I like the pace. I like the pace.
Vance, his style, it's really awkward and really hard to wrestle. He's not the strongest, the fastest, or the quickest, but you know, he gets to your legs, he defends well.
Isaiah Salazar, he's probably one of the strongest guys in any weight class.
The biggest thing that makes Isaiah Isaiah is the strength that he has. You can't really get away from him. Your arm is locked into one spot and you can't really move it. It feels like you're never going to get out of there.
This past season with both Vance and Isaiah becoming All-Americans, that was a highlight. They got completely different styles around the mat, but they both have a lot of heart and they're going to wrestle through every second.
Isaiah Salazar is going to be your Big Ten champion.
I was just mainly going out there, wrestling my style, wrestling my match, pushing pace, taking guys to deep waters, I guess. I've always had that mindset of not giving up, no matter how bad the position may be, no matter what the situation may be.
Salazar, did he get it? Salazar hits, holy cow!
The NCAA champions in his quarterfinals match, it looked like it was over, that Isaiah was going to lose, and he just continued to wrestle and come up with that big win at the very last second. Helped him become an All-American was really impressive.
You kind of get the sense when you hear the crowd like yelling, or coaches like, I don't know, you can see him out of the corner of your eye, jumping up and down, yelling. It's something I haven't achieved in my college career yet. It was a good milestone.
Back into that drag to a single leg. Another beautiful finish here by VomBaur.
Vance is, you know, he's dealt with some injuries in his career at different times. The nice thing is that his belief in himself and his confidence didn't shake. And we knew that when he stepped out on the mat and he was healthy, like he was going to be a problem for guys.
I dropped my first 3 Big Ten duels, and it was just so frustrating because every week I would come back and spar the positions I would lose in the room on my own time. I'd do extra work in there, and then the next week I would lose again.
Vance just always has a belief in himself that he's always going to go out there and win no matter what. He told us before the NCAA tournament, he goes, I'm going to All-American.
I won a scramble late at the end. Same thing in the second round. Just never stopped wrestling. And then obviously the blood round match, crazy match. We got into tons of positions. Ultimately, we went to overtime, and I won a crazy scramble in overtime.
They didn't care who I wrestled because I was 26. My name's Vance. You can't just tell me how good I am by a number.
As soon as I heard the news, I was stoked for him. And I knew that kid since, I don't know, club wrestling. We were young, 8 years old, 10 years old.
We're both from Greeley, Colorado. It's a great little town, great wrestling culture. Isaiah had won 4 state titles and I had won 2.
Vance started at 6 years old, and right off he was successful. He was just a natural athlete when he was young, really took to wrestling right away. He was a multi-sport athlete growing up, and I encouraged that for him to get involved in a lot of sports, and he was a very good soccer player.
Vance's dad, like he's a couple-time All-American at Boise State. These guys have seen the highest level of wrestling.
I coached at the University of Northern Colorado for 4 years before I opened up my club full-time. Bear Cave started, and it was just a side thing to connect with the community, and then it grew into a very large club and successful club.
I just remember receiving a postcard in the mail. It was when Bear Cave was first starting up, and Coach Ben VomBaur, he's a great coach. He's gonna give you everything he has.
He'd be wrestling with my dad and the coaches back when he was smaller. He was already a tank at like 12 years old.
He's always been just like a physical specimen and freakish in like the strength area. Right from the start, he was an extremely hard worker and very competitive.
We obviously recruited Isaiah first, and then Vance came after him. it was unique that we ended up sealing the deal and getting them both to come and wrestle for the Gophers. When I look at Isaiah and Vance, I couldn't find two guys with more different personalities that have found a way to become just amazing leaders, be very successful in the sport of wrestling, and they're exciting guys to coach.
He's the outgoing one, I'm the more introvert. He's as goofy as they get, he's as genuine as they get though too. That's just Vance. You won't get another style of Vance.
On your feet here, on your feet.
We're much closer than we were in high school. It's just wild to have us grow up together in the same little town and then go to a school that isn't a prep school, and then to both come to Minnesota and both AA is really special.